So, Professor Dawkins, it's an honor to meet you, of course. So, let's talk about music. What is your favorite music?
My favorite music is Schubert and Mozart and Bach and Beethoven, but I like Nightwish as well.
I also heard from the Nightwish camp that you are a fan of Elvis Presley. Is this true?
Well, that was rather a long time ago, but yes, that's true.
Okay, so talking about concerts, which was the last concert that you saw?
I haven't been to a concert for ages, so I'm looking forward to this evening.
Do you remember which was the last one?
It was conducted by Sir George Solti. I've forgotten what he played, but it was in London, and the Royal Opera House in London, and it was a wonderful evening.
And when was that?
Oh, could be 15 years ago.
Okay, that's quite a long time. So tonight it's sold out heavy metal show in front of about 12,000 screaming fans. So actually, what kind of experience are you expecting beforehand?
I don't know how you're asking me these questions. I have never been to a concert like this before, and I've never seen screaming fans before, although I've seen them on film. So it'll be a new experience for me. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, have you ever lectured on the stage and hall of this size?
The biggest I've lectured before, I think, are probably the Royal Albert Hall in London and the Sydney Opera House. But that was it. That was all me. I mean, I wasn't with a band. It was giving a lecture.
How do you feel before you are about to enter the stage? Is there nervousness, or how would you feel?
I used to be nervous. I've kind of got over that now. I'm experienced enough, I think, that I'm no longer nervous. I'm a little bit nervous tonight, but I'll manage.
Yeah, we are sure of that. Well, then you play electric wind instrument as well. So can you tell something about that?
That's a new thing. I was introduced to that at a Cannes documentary film festival, when the company of Saatchi and Saatchi wanted to do something on memes with me. And they'd heard that I played the clarinet as a boy, but I hadn't played the clarinet for ages. But I'd heard of this thing called the electronic wind instrument, which is, it's fingered like a clarinet, so you play it like a clarinet or an oboe or something like that. But it's entirely electronic, so you have a mouthpiece at one end and you have a cable leading to a computer at the other. The noise that comes out of the computers depends on software, so it can be clarinet or oboe or flute or trumpet or tuba or cello or violin or saxophone. And it's really wonderful to be able to switch from one instrument to another, blowing it like a clarinet. But unlike an electronic keyboard, where you don't have so much control over volume and things, with a mouthpiece you've got sensitive control over the sort of emotional quality. So if you're playing it like a trumpet, or you're playing it as a cello, when you play it as a cello, you can get this wonderful singing sound, or violin. And when you tongue it, you get a kind of zing like the bow. When you play it as a trumpet, you get the lippy sound of a trumpet. So it is an amazing thing, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Well, maybe one day you will get to play that instrument with Nightwish on stage or on the record.
I hope so.
Okay, talking about Nightwish, you haven't done this kind of collaborations with rock bands before, but you did it with Nightwish. So why did you decide to do this?
Well, it sounded like a wonderfully intriguing invitation. I got a very nice, friendly invitation, and all I had to do was go into a recording studio near Oxford, and members of the band came, and I liked them all enormously. They were very, very nice people, and had a great time just simply reading stuff out. And then I think it was kind of spliced into the music later.
So have you been listening to the album?
Oh yes, I like it very much. Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite song?
Oh well, it's got to be the one of my own stuff, of course. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, those recordings in the Oxford about a year ago, or a little bit over a year ago. Can you tell a little bit more about the day when you recorded the vocals and the speeches?
It was recorded at a studio near Oxford in a dear little village about 10 miles outside Oxford, and I'm used to going there because I've recorded, I think, all my books the audio versions of all my books there, get on very well with the recording engineer. And so the band turned up, and I turned up and read the stuff. And I think we all piled into my car afterwards, and went back to, I think I took you all back to Oxford Station.
Did you have, I mean, back then when you did the recordings, did you have any idea which kind of music is it and what kind of album will it be?
Not really. I was intrigued to hear, and then Thomas brought a record, and we had an interview, I think, in London, a joint interview, and that was the first time I heard it. I was very agreeably surprised.
Yeah. Then, of course, fans reacted pretty strongly when they heard that you will appear on the Nightwish album. Have you read any fan comments or heard about these reactions?
I've seen some, and I've been delighted. They all seem to be favourable comments. I'm not entirely used to getting nothing but favourable comments, but this was nice.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the most of the feedback has been extremely positive. So, and your appearance brought the subject of science to the whole new audience. This must be a pretty great thing for you as well.
I think that's a wonderful thing, and with hindsight, that would have been a very good reason for agreeing to do it. I didn't think of it at the time, but yes.
Also, I think this has brought quite a number of new fans for you, because the band members have told me that they have signed countless books of yours, I mean, during, for example, this tour.
I'm very glad to hear that. I didn't know that, and very pleased.
Okay, I think one more thing. Can you tell a little bit about your career? What's coming up next? Is there some books or lectures, or what's the plan, for example, for the next year?
I've just published the second volume of my autobiography, Brief Candle in the Dark, and I'm still engaged in publicising that. I'm going to Australia and New Zealand in the spring to publicise that. And then after that, I'll probably do another book of collected essays. I did one I think published in 2004, called A Devil's Chaplain. So I'm going to do another of those, a collection of essays.
Okay, thanks a lot for this. Have a good evening, have a good show, and let's have a little chat later as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.